Hello, you're listening to WITZ, the WITZ, the one place for all things music right here in Douglas County, Oregon. And we're so happy to be here and thanks for tuning in today. This show is brought to you by 10 Down Bowling and Splits Bar and Grill. Throw the ball down the lane, check out the arcade, and of course, grab a snack or something to drink. That's 10 Down Bowling and Splits Bar and Grill. Today's broadcast is also brought to you by Edward Jones. A personal approach to your investing, and your financial advisors are ready to support you in your retirement, your education savings, and of course, your insurance needs. This is also brought to you by the Gene Bechtel School for Music. The Gene Bechtel School, an outstanding conservatory right here in Roseburg, Oregon. You can get lessons and classes. You can learn almost every instrument there is, including some foreign instruments. And of course, we are accepting students from pre-K, which is what today's episode is about, all the way to 100K. That's not an age, but we'll take you anyway. This is also brought to you by Spiderking Studios. If you are looking to have a commercial film for your business, or maybe you want a recording of your performance, or maybe you want to star in a feature-length film, contact Spiderking Studios today at spiderkingstudios@gmail.com. And last but not least, the Douglas County Music Association. We are here to help. We want to provide scholarships, instruments, financial aid, opportunities for performance, anything that you really need in music, art, and performance. Please email OregonDCMA@gmail.com. And by the way, that's going to change very soon. Our website is near completion, so you'll want to stick around and check that out. If you're looking to help, let me tell you what happens if you donate. $100 will ensure that we have scholarships available for students. $500 will make sure we have access to instruments and studio space, and $1,000 not only helps keep the show alive, but it allows us to support UCC artists and musicians, UACT, UVAA, and other Douglas County music education programs, including towns outside of Roseburg, like Riddle, Camas Valley, 10 Mile, Reedsport, Sutherland, Oakland, and so forth. So you'll definitely want to check out the Douglas County Music Association today. And now for some old news. We are still currently raising money for the Gene Bechtel School's recent break-in. We have raised over $300, so we're doing pretty good. But our goal is to get $500. We're only going to have this drive for another week, so if you can go over to Venmo and send anything, send any money that you send us on Venmo, we'll give you a shout out on the broadcast. You can check out Oregon DCMA or at Oregon DCMA on Venmo. Send $10, $20, $30. Help us reach our goal of $500 so we can ensure that this never happens again. Or if it does, we can find out who did it and make them pay the price. Please donate to our fundraiser. We are going to close it in the next week or so, right before spring break. So please donate today. The Cover Culture was at Too Shy. Now, this is a new group I'm not privy to. They play alternative pop and they play punk and rock music. They were at Too Shy Brewery this last Saturday, March 11th, and I heard they did a really good job. So thanks, everybody. And of course, my friend Dr. Jason Heald premiered his brand new oratorio called, let me see right here, Daughter of Heaven, and Julie Cherry, a nice soprano singer, did a really good job. I heard good things from a lot of different people. Sounds like it was a great show all around, and that was this last Sunday at 3 p.m., March 12th, at the First Presbyterian Church. And if you've never been to a show at the First Presbyterian Church, I'm telling you, the acoustics are astonishing. That church's been around for at least 100 and some odd years. Go check out a show at the First Presbyterian Church the next time you get. And now it's time for some reviews. All right, I wasn't able to see very much in the last week or so because we're just doing a lot of stuff right now, but I would like everyone to welcome Daylight Savings Time. Daylight Savings Time, how are you?
I'm good, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, well, let's talk, because I'm starting to wonder if you and Winter Storm are related. Are you guys related? Are brothers, cousins?
No.
I'm just curious. Because for some reason, we had all this winter storm, and winter storm, thanks, but no thanks, we already talked about this, but daylight savings time. Now you just show up, push my entire schedule forward an hour, and expect me to be in a good spirit about it?
Wait.
Daylight savings time, I don't know what to do with you. What can we do about you? What can we do about daylight savings time? Is there something we can do for you to make you not come back again?
Maybe you can do something good with your life.
No, daylight saving.
You brought me on the show.
Crying.
You're gonna
daylight.
insult
I didn't mean to
me.
hurt your feelings, because I don't know if you and Fall Back are the same person or not.
No.
I don't think so. But daylight savings time, I'm just telling you that you making my day longer was not cool. But anyway.
Whatever.
You and Winter Storm need to take 5 or 10 or never come back.
How about an hour?
Hey, check this out. The Umpqua Farmers Market as usual, they meet every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 1771 West Harvard. That is kind of that area by Evergreen Hospital, by Fremont Middle School. Treat yourself to live music, fresh produce, baked goods, along with unique artists' creations. So you'll want to check out the Umpqua Farmers Market every Saturday from 9 to 1. Tuesdays at Sunnyside are their open mic nights from 6 to 10, and Thursdays at Draper's. They have an open mic from 6 to 10 on Thursdays. So check out all of that as soon as you can. And don't forget, the second Wednesdays of every month, Sean Shea still going strong with that positive open mic at the Umpqua Unitarian Universalist Congregation. Say that 25 times fast. Yeah, the second Wednesdays. So this month is already passed, but you'll want to chisel that in your calendar now. About next month, the second Wednesday, you want to check out the positive songwriting. I'm telling you, it's a doozy. Ask my friends. Coming up. All right, guys, I have bad news. So there is like a lot to read here. So forgive me. I'm going to be cutting back and forth. There's a lot going on this weekend. I'll try to move slow, but I also need you to stay with me. So let's begin. Don't miss UCC's performance of The Dining Room. That is a play with scenes across time. Basically, what they're saying is modern houses have this open home concept. So the dining room is kind of an old news. So this play is about how the dining room, people who use the dining room over the course of the years and how that changes. I've got a lot of friends in the show. I'm going to go to that show on Sunday, and it'll be a part of my review next week. So please check out UCC's performance of The Dining Room. Here are the dates. Thursday, March 16th at 7 p.m. That's this week. Actually, it would technically be the day this airs. March 17th, a Friday at 7 p.m. March 18th, a Saturday, has two shows, 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. Go to both if you're really motivated. March 19th at 3 p.m. That's the one I'm going to go to. It's the Sunday matinee, and I'm going to bring my mom. She's going to have a great time. $10 cash at the door, or you're not going. Well, I don't know. Maybe they'll hook you up. But bring 10 bucks. Mark your calendars because on March 17th, that you'll never guess, on St. Patty's Day, a decent holiday in my opinion, Widespread Haze will be performing at North 40 celebrating the St. Patty's Bash. That starts at 7 p.m. You really want to go check that out on St. Patrick's Day at North 40. And by the way, Dr. Jason Heald, here we go again, he's going to be playing at Triple Oak Wine Vault, and that's also on St. Patty's Day, and I'll read this to you. The entrance will include live music with Jason Heald, a hearty corned beef cabbage stew or vegetarian option, a glass of wine or beer or water, for those of you who don't partake, and a golden key to the pot of gold at the end of your rainbow. All safe deposit boxes in our vault will contain gold. That's cool. Come find yours. So that's this Friday at Triple Oak Wine Vault at 7 p.m. Hey folks, Bruce Gordon and my friend Colleen, they'll be singing some tunes at Bandon Brewery. Now I don't know if Bandon's in Douglas County or not. I don't think it is. But Colleen and Co., we're still going to support you guys. So go check that out. It's at the Bandon Brewery. That's also March 17th, St. Patty's Day. I told you there was a lot going on, guys. From 6:30 to 8:30. And then they're going to play at Two Shy. They're going to also play at Two Shy at Reedsport, the Reedsport Two Shy, guys. They'll be playing their Saturday, March 18th from 6:30 to 8:30, so I'll read this again. So Bruce and Colleen are going to play at the Bandon Brewery, probably in Bandon, Friday, March 17th from 6:30 to 8:30. Then on Saturday, they'll go play at the Two Shy Brewery at Reedsport from 6:30 to 8:30. So if you live on the coast, go check out Colleen and Co. I'm going to tab over and I'm going to read this to you again. We're doing a fundraiser for her name is Ireland Clark, and this is called Captain Blue. Captain Blue presents a night of danceable rock and roll, benefit cause. It's a benefit concert for a cause. The fundraiser for Ireland Clark, we are trying to get this nice girl a mobility van, and based on the image here, this looks like a young lady that is not able to get around on her own, and I'm a big supporter of helping others. In fact, I think the DCMA is going to be able to donate some to this. All donations will go towards getting Ireland her sweet ride. Suggested donation is $5. That's less than a cup of coffee. It is, depending on how much coffee you get. All the benefits will go to her Saturday, April 29th, so I'm going to be talking about this for a while, at Two Shy Brewery. Two Shy, you guys rock. That's 6 to 9 p.m. Contact Tanya for more information at 541-670-2378. That's Tanya at 541-670-2378. Donate today. The Old Time Fiddlers from Oregon. And if you don't know these guys, you got to check this out. The Oregon Old Time Fiddlers invite you on Saturday, March 18th. They'll take the stage at the Winchester Bay Community Center. A lot of coast gigs this week. Winchester Bay Community Center, they will open the stage show with a fiddle jamboree at 1 p.m. Various musicians will then perform a variety of old-time tunes until 3. So it's a 2-hour window, guys, 1 to 3. Various musicians will be there. Cookies and coffee will be provided. Possible circle jam from 3 to 4 after the stage show. The admission is free, but donations are welcome. So please check out the Old Time Fiddlers from Oregon at Winchester Bay Community Center at 1 p.m. The Oregon Old Time Fiddlers Association is a nonprofit 501c organization founded in 1964 to preserve, promote, and perpetuate old-time music and old-time fiddling. That is awesome. So look at that as soon as you can. Here we go again. Rovers and Dragons at Touchai. Again, March 18th, Saturday. Come celebrate St. Patrick's Day after St. Patrick's Day with 9 musicians. Rovers and Dragons has 9 musicians. That's probably our largest group, and I'd love to have you on the show. They'll be playing at Burgers and Q. Well, no, Burgers and Q will be there, but they will start playing at 6:30. And again, here we go, Touchai. Touchai, they're gonna be playing at Touchai from 6:30 to 9 this Saturday. I told you there's a lot going on, folks. And you'll never guess. Here we go. Homemade Jam, a new group that I just heard about. Homemade Jam, that's Bob and Michelle Hall. They're going to go to Spire Mountain Cellars. I've never been there. If you've gone, let me know how it is. That's March 19th, a Sunday. So you got lots of shows on Friday, lots of shows on Saturday, and a show on Sunday. I hope you're not bored this weekend because there's stuff to do. That's Homemade Jam Duo with Bob and Michelle Hall at Spire Mountain Cellars. That starts at noon and goes till 4. It's that time again, and I'm going to tab over for this one too. There are auditions for another show, except this one's at Oakland. Oakland finally getting some love. Auditions, the Oakland Community Theater on Saturday, March 25th, so next Saturday, not this upcoming Saturday, but the following Saturday. They're auditioning people to join this new play. Auditions for the summer 2023 melodrama in the park, Money in the Bank, or It's All Your Vault. Lol, I get it. 3 female and 3 male characters, all aspiring and experienced actors are welcome. Anyone interested in a backstage or tech support position is also very welcome. So please, if you're an actor, a performer, a dancer, somebody cool, go out there and audition on Saturday, March 25th at 5 p.m. for Money in the Bank or It's All Your Vault at the Oakland City Hall, 2nd floor. I'll say that again. The Washington School Community Center at Oakland City Hall on the 2nd floor. If you need to go back and listen to that again, I recommend it. A lot going on here. And now our feature presentation.
Okay, my name's Kim, and I'm the pre-K teacher here at Jean Bechtel School of Music, and I'm here to let you know what I do with 4-year-olds and up. I start them off with this blue keyboard, and I teach them all about the letters and the 2 and 3 black keys. I show them how the 2 black keys is a doghouse, and the dog lives in the doghouse, and that's where the D goes. And then over here, I have the 3 black keys where I have 1, 2, 3, and that's where A and B, and then C's over here does it. And then I test them by having them do it all by themselves. Then I show them their finger numbers, and I have these hands. With little doors on them. And as you can see, it has right and left. And I ask them to find the correct finger number. And they go and open the door, try to find the right fingers for when they're playing the piano. And then I show them about rhythm. And I have them learn the different rhythms here. And I have them clap and count it. I don't just use the word method with the young kids because they don't understand how to do that very well. So I've developed my own word method, and so I have the 2/8 notes as run, run, and I have the half note as half note, and this quarter note here, I call it walk, and the whole note hold it. We hold it with whole note, hold it, and then there's a half note dot, and one half note dot. And that's how I get them to count the rhythm, and they really count it perfectly because it's a lot easier for them to do. So this is what I do for the 2 to 4-year-olds. It's more of a music lesson, but I call it Introduction to Piano because I do introduce the piano to them a little bit as as needed, because 3-year-olds are kind of peculiar. They tend to hide behind mom and cry, and so I start them off with playing instruments. What 3-year-old doesn't want to bang an instrument? And so you can see we have drums and xylophones and the cymbals, and then I also will use puppets. Sometimes they will warm up to a puppet as opposed to the adult. I also have a lot of flannel board stories and songs. One of the favorite ones is the Eensy Weensy Spider. And then I also teach them about music, instruments. And I have little pictures of them that they could put on there. And I also teach them about composers. And I have pictures of the composers. And so usually at the beginning with a 2 to 4-year-old, they're usually hiding behind mom and don't want to come out. So I usually will tell you that it takes them about around a month to get used to coming. But you'll find that they love it once they come in. So when I teach a 3-year-old, this is typically what they're learning. They're not really learning notes yet, and they're playing on the black keys. The 3 small triangles represents playing 1 black key at a time. And they can do it any way they want to. And then the big triangle is when they put their hands like this, and they play like that. 3-year-olds' hands are like little boards. They don't want to play on the piano yet, so they're like this. So this gives them a chance to learn how to play and practice a little bit without having to need to play notes yet. When they get closer to 4 is when their fingers start doing this, and that's when they can start playing regular music. So this is what a typical 4 and up student would do. I have them do what we call practice steps, and they're numbered so that they know which number to do. The first one is clapping and counting. So if you see the music here, we have walks and half notes. So I would have them clap it and say it out loud. Walk, 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 half note, walk, 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 whole note, hold it. And that's how they would do a step. And so when you do step 2, you're going to do play and name the finger numbers. And so then you would put your hands where your fingers are supposed to go, and then you would do 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, and so on and so forth. And by doing that, when they say it out loud, it keeps their minds from going elsewhere, and it makes them really concentrate on learning these notes, and it really gets them to learn faster than if they didn't do that. And it gives you something to do when you're at home and what do you do? I remember as a kid, I didn't know. I played my songs once, and my mom was like, well, go play them again. Well, what do you do? This gives them a chance to play it several times and really concentrate on learning how to play a song. And so we wrap it up. I like to let you know that I also do a lot of activities with kids because young kids can't sit at the piano for any period of time. So I occupy them and teach them how to do different things through games. Here is one of a game. I call it Old MacDonald. It's a rhythm game, so they have to clap and count each rhythm pattern I have here once they do the little board game. I even have little cows and a dice, and they roll it, and so that's one of the things I do. And that's going to wrap it up today. Make sure you come on by and chat with us about setting up a free trial lesson to see if your child likes it. Thank you for watching this video, and we hope to see you soon.
It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome Kim Eichman to the show. Kim, welcome.
Hi.
We're so glad to have you here. Now, Kim, the audience doesn't know you very well. We just watched a little bit about what you do, but for the audience, would you just tell them a little bit about yourself? Anything you want to share to the audience?
Well, I moved here from Kansas about 6 years ago, and I finally got the privilege of starting to teach piano lessons here at Gene Bechtel School of Music.
Nice. And what age range do you prefer to teach?
I start them at 2 or 3, and I could go up from there.
You teach 2-year-olds?
Uh-huh.
So can you explain to the audience, and I'm sure the audience is really curious because I am, why did you pick such a young age range? I'm curious.
I like that age of kids because they tend to want to please you more than the older kids.
Sure.
And they really enjoy doing activities, and I just somehow I just have the magic touch with that age of group of kids.
And what kinds of things are you teaching them? Now, I know there's curriculum that exists for pre-K, I know that, but what specifically do you want pre-K kids to know before they set foot into kindergarten? Any ideas?
Well, I like to teach them stuff about music, like the rhythm, finger numbers, the names of the notes. Like I have a way of showing them where D is on the piano by telling them that there's a doghouse and that's where D lives. And all the while I'm teaching them that kind of stuff, they're playing instruments and having a lot of fun. I got a whole bunch of rhythm instruments for them to play, and flannel board stories, and I play my guitar and sing songs and stuff like that.
And you're letting the kids touch instruments, right?
Yeah.
What all instruments do you have at your disposal for them to use?
Lots of bells.
Bells.
I even have bells that have a certain note on it, and I have books that they can create a song with it. Xylophones, drums, the sticks. I actually let them use the sticks.
Nice.
They don't bop anybody but the drums. I have electronic drums and small keyboards.
Are you talking about the rhythm sticks or like drumsticks?
Drumsticks.
Oh, okay.
And there's rhythm sticks too. I even pull out the cymbals sometimes.
Are the crash cymbals, or
Yeah.
do you like do rolls and stuff?
Just the little.
Little monkey cymbals, right?
Yeah, it's all the kid type stuff you see.
No, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you ever taught at a preschool before?
Yeah, I currently teach at Head Start in Sutherland.
So you also teach at Head Start and so you have two different teaching gigs.
Yeah.
And then, now, did you also tell me that you are a singer somewhere too?
Well, I sing and play guitar and play the piano, and I sing at my church once a month.
Once a month, okay.
And I go to various open mic nights when they happen.
Do you live in Sutherland?
No, I live in Roseburg.
Okay, but you don't mind traveling all the way out to Sutherland to teach?
Yeah.
Do you teach at Head Start every single day, or is it just a couple times a week?
It's 4 times a week for kids, and then a little bit on Friday.
Oh, nice, okay. You said where did you say you were from again?
Shawnee, Kansas.
Kansas. Now, why did you leave Kansas? I'm curious. I mean, Kansas, I heard it's really fun, but I must have been, if you had to leave, maybe.
Well, I kind of had a little tragedy happen to my life.
Sure.
And so I moved out here to be with family.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, tragedy strikes and sometimes we gotta move on, right?
Yeah.
Are you happy to be out here 6 years later?
Yeah, especially now that I'm teaching piano lessons. I've always wanted to get back into teaching when I moved here.
Now, it's funny, my friend Mr. Tranter and I, we're currently composing some papers on the music scene and the art scene in Douglas County, and I'm wondering, just off the top of your head, do you have any comments or thoughts on the art scene in Douglas County? What's going well, what's maybe not going well, anything that you would change about the Douglas County music and art scene, just off the top of your head?
Well, it's kind of nice for a person who is not a professional like I am to have more opportunities to play, because I play at the open mic nights to get experience, so that when I'm playing at church and stuff, I'm a little bit better at it.
Which open mic do you usually play at?
I usually play at Or More and Sunnyside when I can.
I got to get in touch with the Or on More guys. They're doing shows constantly.
Yeah, they do.
It's just kind of out of the way for me. I mean, I teach out in that area. I teach at Hughrest, but the Or on More meadery on a regular day is just way outside of my not comfort zone, but it's not convenient for me to drive all the way out there. What do you like about the open mic so much? Just to get a chance to practice, or do you just like performing? Or
I get up there and I perform, and they're always talking, so it gives me a way of performing, because I've never performed them until I moved here.
Oh.
So.
Did you start music over? Well, you must have been playing music your whole life.
Yeah, I've been playing guitar since I was a kid. I started playing piano when I was a kid, but quit. And then when I started teaching piano lessons, I started up playing piano.
Okay. So obviously it's not just teaching pre-K, you also like to play it for adult audiences too.
Yeah.
If you had some advice for parents who are looking for lessons or looking to teach their kids anything about music at that age, do you have any advice for families?
Yeah, come to me.
Yes, well, that's also true, but just in case there was a family out there watching who can't get to you right now, is there something they should be doing at home to prep their kids for you?
Well, any type of music that you do with a child is great, whether it's just opening up your iPad and listening to YouTube videos, because they got a lot of cool children's videos out there.
They got a whole
Yeah.
code of conduct for just children's content, which is really incredible.
Or getting a bunch of instruments for them to randomly play on. They got a lot of cool books that you can try to learn how to play songs. And it's color. They have them color coded so that the kid doesn't have to know the alphabet. They can just play it by colors. Anything like that is really great. Just getting your kid to dance and do it with the child. I don't care how bad you are at dancing or singing. Children don't care. They just love to sing and play, and they love it when the parents get involved in it.
Do you prefer that kids come in with some experience, or do you like it when kids come in just no idea what's going on?
I prefer no idea, because they don't have any concept of anything.
Oh,
I could just say, here, do this, and they'll do it.
So you can kind of start from you rather would start with zero with some kids
Yeah.
instead of you know, it's funny, when I was in the Marine Corps, they told us it's better that you don't know how to shoot before you get here, because then we don't have to fix any bad habits you have formed. Now, that has nothing to do with pre-K music or anything, but the idea of coming in with no experience sometimes can be more beneficial.
Because I've had students come in and they supposedly have had lots of lessons, and they're in level 3 and they don't know anything. And I'm like, okay, how do you gracefully tell them they have not learned anything? You know?
Yeah, that's a hard path to walk. No, I totally feel you on that. Was there anything else for parents that you think they should know before they bring their kids here to see you?
Well, one thing they need to do is know, or whatever you want to say, is that they have to plan for having an instrument for whatever they're going to decide to have their child
Right,
in.
they can't come see you for lessons and then go home to nothing, right?
Right.
Are you still a supporter of pots and pans as beginning percussion instruments?
Sure. I always tell the kid, use a pot to do your clapping and counting with, but make sure you ask mom first, because there's some pots and pans that mom would not
I
want.
specifically remember dragging all the pots out of my kitchen and just having a ball.
Yeah,
so as long as
definitely.
you support that, then I will continue to let students know they should be doing that.
Yeah, I just always say, make sure you ask mom.
Student creating music is a wonderful thing, and we want to continue all of our students to continue making music, apparently, as young as 2 years old. Kim, I really appreciate you coming on the program. Was there anything else for the audience that you wanted them to know about you? Why are you the best? Are you the best pre-K music teacher? Because I think you're fantastic.
Yeah, because I have the patience, and I enjoy teaching that age group, whereas there's hardly anybody who knows how to teach a young kid. And I just have this way of getting a kid to doing something, and it seems to work.
Well, that's fantastic. Miss Eichman, we really appreciate you coming on to the show today. I'm sorry your bit is a little shorter than normal, but you know, when you're talking about education, you're talking about pre-K, there's only so many things to go around the sun. I really hope the audience enjoyed the video of her teaching and her examples of pre-K instruction. So, Miss Eichman, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks.
And thank you so much. Well, that seems to be all the time we have for today. Tune in next week for another exciting episode of the WITZ, and we're really happy to have you here. Just a reminder, this episode is brought to you by 10 Down Bowling, Splits Bar and Grill, Edward Jones, the Gene Bechtel School for Music, Spiderking Studios, and the Douglas County Music Association. We appreciate you tuning in today. I'm Colin Hurwitz, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye, everyone.